Well, hey friends, welcome back to Watavue Mountain. As you can see, you got it. We're back at the mountain today. So you know it's a wonderful, wonderful day. This is the day we've all been waiting for. I know you're ready for the weather update. It's a balmy 34 degrees right now. I think we picked the coldest weekend in Alabama history to start building. However, 2 weeks ago it was 70 degrees. So I said, you know, let's start building. It's 70 degrees in the winter. Today, not so much, but that's okay because we're at the mountain. We're blessed, absolutely blessed to be here. So, what's the task at hand today? You guessed it. If you saw previous videos, you know where we're standing right now. We're at the site. We're gonna start the mini cabin today. So, enough of me jabbering. Thanks for coming and checking us out. Get yourself something warm to drink, because I know if it's 34 degrees here, my friends everywhere else are even colder. I think my mom said it was 1 degree where she's at last night, or -1. So, get yourself something warm to drink. Probably some coffee, maybe something stronger, and let's get to busy. We could pull out the laser to figure out which one's the highest corner. These two look pretty close to each other, so we're just going to start here. We'll save the laser for when we get to doing the 6x6s. So what I'm going to do first, just like before, pound this stake in. Then Tripp's gonna come here and grab this tape measure. Yep. And I'm gonna hold it, and then he's gonna take this tape measure over to that other corner. He's gonna pull it taut at 24 feet. You got 24 feet?
Yeah.
Are you right on it?
No, 2 inches off.
Okay, so just lock the tape measure. Pull it tight. Still 24 feet exactly?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and nail that in.
Alright.
Stay. Alright, you know we're getting serious if I had to pull out the reading glasses. So you remember last time when we did the pole barn, I struggled a lot with the Pythagorean theorem, right? A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And it came out to inches 0.8 or whatever. And it just kicked my butt. It took me an hour to get it figured out. So what we did this time was I went ahead and downloaded Construction Master Pro. Not that I'm sponsored, I'm just, for me, small brain guy, this is easiest. So I can put in 24 feet rise, 16 foot run, hit diagonal, and it gives me 28 feet 10 1/8 inches. I don't know if you can see that with the glare on the thing, but now I know I'm gonna look for that diagonal 28 feet 10 1/8. So let me grab the tape. Tripp's already got a long tape over there. Sean's gonna get on this corner, and we're gonna see if we can intersect our 16-foot side with 28 feet 10 1/8. I'll have to look at it again, but 28, 10 1/8. So let's go do this. And then you go hold it on the post.
On the very end of it?
Yep, right on the tip.
Okay.
All right, so right there is 16 feet for that. Oh boy. Got a tight trip.
Yeah, buddy.
28, 10 1/8. 16 right there. And then we'll hammer that bad boy in place. And see what's next. We actually moved everything over 2 feet because, as fate would have it, on both the 24-foot sides we had stumps right at 8 feet. So we moved it over 2 feet. that puts us clear of the stumps. We'll probably still have to deal with the roots, but that's okay. I'd rather do that than deal with the stumps. Checked, double checked, triple checked. So now these are just rough areas or rough locations. Once we put the batten boards up and we get the string lines run, that's gonna be we need to be dead nuts right on the money with it. So right now, I think this right front corner down here is off by like 1/4 of an inch, but because we're using those, that rebar, the top and the bottom don't always line up. So we know that's the general area. Let's get the batter board set up, and then you'll see what I'm talking about with the strings. So like I said, I'm not really gonna measure it a foot, but we're gonna go about 1 foot off at the back. We're gonna put them in. So, well, let's see. So we can run the angle, right? So we're gonna put that board across here so we can run a string this way and we can run a string that way. So, all right, so you gonna hold? Sure. Tripp's awful trusting, isn't he? All right, and then we're just gonna, so those are there. This board's gonna go across here, and you'll see how that action works here in just a minute. Run our string from here into there. So let me, Sean's gonna grab the screws and the drill, and then we'll get this thing hooked up and we'll do the other 3. All right, there you go. Now we just got to run the screws. No, not to run the screws. Run the string, and get some nails. Maybe take another break since keep busting my chops about the break. So let's get the other stuff ready. Get the string ready, and then we'll show you how to tie the string, run the string. You probably didn't see. Again, camera died. You gotta love the those knockoff batteries. I guess if we ever start making some money on this YouTube channel, I can buy some real Canon batteries. Anyhow, everything's square. Everything's within about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch, which is close enough for now, because it's really going to depend on when we dig these holes. So what we're going to do now is Tripp and I are going to take that string. We're going to come down on the 16-foot sides. We're going to mark 8 foot, run a string across. And then we're going to go across the 24-foot side, and we got to run string, 2 strings from, I guess, east to west. So let's go ahead and do that. So what we're doing here, we're kind of cheating because I didn't plan ahead. We're just going to use these pieces of rebar that we already used to mark the corners to mark our cross sections, our 8-foot sections, so we can get the center posts or the center holes dug and marked. So we're going to do that with these across here. Then I'm going to cut another board, just a single board, to run down the center so we can get that center line done as well. So that's what we're doing. All right, like I said, I know I swore I was never going to use this auger again, but I'm a cheapskate, so we're going to use it again for all 12 holes this time instead of 6, and we'll see how far we get today. Hopefully we get it done today. If not, then we'll do it tomorrow. So let me get these earplugs in. You know, Mr. Safety. Get my gloves on. Well, while Tripp keeps digging on that, I'm going to start this other hole over here. See, maybe we're done for the day and I got to go rent something to come and dig these holes. Who knows?
Maybe we just had a bad start position, that's all.
Yep.
Your back okay?
Yeah, right.
How's that going with that? We'll come back to that.
That as well.
We'll do that last. So, not all of it, but if we can clear a bunch of dirt out from around here and drag it off, it's less stuff we got to deal with later. There, 24 inches, that's what we want. So we're 2 feet deep. Now we just need to square it up. Square. As you saw, we used an 8-inch auger round, and we squared it off with the shovel. The shovel's 10 inches across, the square shovel. So we made this just a titch bigger. So you see our hole here, we got 12 inches across, and where are we at? 20? Can't see, what's that say? Right there, where the tape's crossing. 24 inches?
Almost 24, yeah.
Right at 24 inches. So 2 feet deep, a foot square. That's what we're going for. So we're just going to keep on doing this until we're done. New day, so day 2 of us working on these holes. As you can see, Tripp's back there. There were a couple on the front side of the cabin here that were too far east, too far out. So the post wasn't gonna line up right. So he's digging them back towards the center a little bit more, just so we have a good area around those 6x6s once we get them implanted. And then what we're gonna do is level up these boxes. They're already squared up. We need to level them up so we have a nice level platform. And the idea is, with these 4 inches, is that it's lifting the 6x6s up off the ground, so any water or anything that runs down this hill is not going to come into contact with those 6x6s, and they won't rot as quickly. So hopefully we get some more longevity by elevating them just a couple inches, and then yeah, so that's the plan. So we're gonna get busy doing this. After he finishes that hole, we're gonna redo the strings, make sure we're all 8 feet across, 8, all these need to be 8 feet apart, and then level them up, and then we're gonna start mixing concrete. So let's cue some music and see what we get done today. As you see, we took down all the strings, we got all our boxes level. I think I mentioned before I forgot the wheelbarrow. We're 30-45 minutes from any big box store. Everything in town that's 20-30 minutes away is closed. So, looks precarious, might not work. It's worth a shot though. We're gonna just move the cement mixer from hole to hole. We'll mix it right there. Once we think it's ready, we're gonna dump it in. We might have to shovel some of it out just to make sure it gets in there, but we're gonna try it. If that fails, we have some more 5-gallon buckets. We got kind of lucky, kind of not lucky. It was kind of planned, but I don't know how to explain it. The well house is right over there. We had about 200 feet of that pipe left outside the well, and we were able to unwind it all the way over to where Sean is standing with those buckets that we just filled up with water. So, and the extension cord that runs it is long enough as well. So we got everything ready to go. We got the water, we got the trailer back down here with minimal damage, and Tripp and I are gonna start lugging concrete from the trailer into the mixer and get this thing done. So let's see what we can get finished today. Well, there you go, friends. All finished. You might be asking yourself, why did I only put 10 post bases up? Well, when I went to buy them, I could only find 10 each. I couldn't find individuals. So I went with 2 adjustable ones for the center. You'll see tomorrow, once this concrete dries, you know, the kind you got to drill a hole and put a screw in. You'll see, we'll get there. So those 10 are set. Hopefully tonight, I mean, it's, I don't know, 45, 50 degrees right now. It's supposed to get down to mid-20s. So we'll see. Hopefully it's warm enough. I don't think the ground's cold enough that it's really going to affect this concrete. And hopefully it sets up and we can get those 6x6s measured out tomorrow. But I think we're going to call it here. Sean and Tripp had to leave. They got to go back to work today, Sunday, so they got to drive back home, hour and a half, 2 hours to get back to the house. And work and school tomorrow for them, but I'll be here. We'll do some more work. So, thanks for coming. Thanks for checking us out. Absolutely, we are so blessed. I know this has been a long road for all of us. Some of you folks have been here from the beginning probably thought we were never going to build this cabin. I know that's what the folks at Harris Plumbing and Electrics thought. They've been quoting me stuff for 2 years, and when I showed up, they were like, "Oh, we didn't think you were really coming." So, thanks to them for having the stuff ready for me when I got there. And thank you for coming along on our journey. I'm glad we're finally here. We're finally able to start on this mini cabin. And God is good. The sun is shining. The wind is blowing. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than this, us doing our own work. So it's hard work, but we enjoy it. So if you like what we're doing here, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell icon. We try to post new content every couple of weeks, maybe every week once we get on this cabin build series, but we'll see. Also, I'll throw a video up here. Check that out. It'll probably be that pole barn behind you, but who knows? That's still only finished, but you know, you can only do so much. So thanks for coming. As always, be safe. We'll see you next time.